Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. This week, I would like to answer the number one most asked question by men, and that is, how do I approach a woman? And whenever I hear that, I always want to give a flippant answer, which is very carefully. Ha ha ha. I mean, if that's really the question, which obviously it's not, then the answer is, well, just walk up to her, right? How do you approach her? Well, just walk up to her and say hello. And if I were to give a literal answer, I'd say approach from the side because it's less confrontational than approaching from the front. But the fact is, that's really not the question that you're asking. It's actually an incomplete question. What you're really asking is, how can I approach a woman in such a way that she'll be interested in me and give me her number? That's what you really want to know. And I'm sure you probably already heard the answer, and that is confidence. Women want a guy with confidence. That's the number one quality they look for in a woman. But the problem is that a lot of guys, and especially the guys asking, how do I approach a woman, have what's called approach anxiety. So until you work on your mindset, when you approach a woman, it's not going to work. Even if I give you the perfect approach and the perfect line, eventually your approach anxiety is going to kick in and you're going to look like a deer in the headlights. And so it's not going to work out. So what does approach anxiety look like? Well, studies show that limiting beliefs such as, oh, I'm bothering her, I'm annoying, I'm a loser. Why would she be interested in me? I don't have much to offer. I'm not interesting. I'm not attractive. I'm weird. Women only want rich guys. Women only want guys with a six-pack. So if that is what you're thinking as you're approaching women, you can see how you're starting off at a disadvantage with those thoughts going through your head. Obviously, approach anxiety is psychological, and so asking a how-to question is only going to get you so far. It's only going to get you limited results. She might engage in conversation with you for a minute or two or even 5, but afterwards, these limiting beliefs are going to show in your body language especially, and in the things you say, and in how you look at her, even whether you look at her and how long you look at her, and if you engage in eye contact. And women pick up on these things immediately. So you need to work on raising your self-esteem and your confidence, because a guy who's confident would never ask, how do I approach a woman? It's almost like if you're asking that question, then you shouldn't be approaching women until you work on yourself, because a confident guy would think that's an odd question. He'd be like, well, duh, just walk up to her and start talking. What do you mean, how do you approach a woman? Right? Because a confident guy doesn't have those limiting beliefs. He thinks well of himself, and so he's not afraid to just go up to someone and start talking. He doesn't have approach anxiety, but a lot of guys do, and so until you work on that, you're going to continue to strike out. So if you have any questions or comments about this, or you need help with your self-esteem or your confidence, you can contact me at my website, theartoflove.net, and please contact me there directly via the contact form, and don't email me if you happen to find an email somewhere online, because it may just go in the spam folder otherwise, and then I will not receive it. If you're listening to this on iTunes, I would really appreciate if you would rate and review the podcast. That way it can go up in the ratings and more people can find out about it, and that way we can help more people. And in the meantime, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.